everyone, welcome back to Planet Dirt. My name is Alicia and we're doing some planting today. So I'm getting some lettuce started in some seed trays. It's January, it's still cold. That's pretty much the only thing that's going to grow here inside the greenhouse. My radishes are still plugging away the best they can, but I'm going to do the first succession of lettuce today for the 2025 year. Super excited. So today I'm going to do a few different kinds of lettuce that I've done before, and then a couple that I've tried to do and I just wasn't successful because it bolts too fast. Our shoulder seasons are very short here. We only get a couple of weeks of actual spring-like weather and actual fall-like weather. It goes straight into heat and straight into cold pretty quickly, and so things that like that in-between stage is kind of hard to grow here. So I'm trying a few things during the winter this year. I've got some cabbages in the ground, a couple of broccoli. That didn't go so well, but the cabbages are still chugging along. And then I'm going to try things like bok choy right now and try to get that in the ground, see if I can get it up and going before spring really hits and then it gets too hot all of a sudden. So the big ones are bok choy and arugula. I've also tried to grow this here and it just it gets too hot too fast and it bolts, so I haven't actually gotten a yield out of that. I'm also going to be putting in some butter crunch lettuce, some oak leaf lettuce, some romaine, and Mizuna mustard greens. So these ones I've grown before. They do fine. They do all right during the spring, and they just grow so quickly that I'm able to get a harvest out of it. I don't usually get to do the cut and come again thing because by the time they get big enough, they just bolts because it's so hot after the first time I cut them. So I'm hoping if I start them early enough this year that I'll get a couple of chances to cut and let them grow and cut and come again, as they say. So I'm gonna get these into some seed starting trays and let's jump right into it. So I'm only doing 6 trays today. I have them right here. I'm going to surface sow a lot of these. All of these seeds are pretty old, so I'm gonna densely sow them because I'm not sure what the germination rate's going to be like. So I'm just going to sprinkle them on top. I'm going to press them in a little bit, and then I'll sprinkle a little bit of more potting mix on top before I water them in. got all of that in the tray. I got it watered in, and hopefully that will start growing. I did want to pop over and check on my garlic growing outside. It usually pops up a little bit by this time of year, so I wanted to go and check on it to make sure it's coming along. And my elephant garlic is looking beautiful. I've got about 4 inches of this mulch on top of it, and the garlic is starting to grow. The little leaves are starting to grow up through the mulch already, so I'm super excited about that. And it's looking good. Alrighty, so we got those all seeded and watered in, and I put them in what's a sunny-ish place for this time of year, inside the greenhouse. I like to keep them under the protection of the greenhouse. I don't put them inside. I probably could. They would probably germinate a little more quickly if I had them inside right now, but I have room out in the greenhouse, so here's where I'm going to keep them. And then the other thing I did want to make sure and mention is I have a bunch of mixed lettuce seed bags. You get them from Emma Gardner, from Green Stock. They look like this, and they're just a green salad mix. And I didn't put any of those in the seed trays right now. I will wait, and I will do a couple of those when it's almost time to start planting out my green stock. I like to put those in my green stock, and they're not usually heading lettuce that are in those packs, but I also don't know what they are, so I don't know how sensitive to cold they're going to be, and I'd rather not risk it. The ones that I put in the ground today, put in the seed starting trays today, I know that they can handle a frost and they'll be just fine. So in the greenhouse, it does still get below freezing in here every so often, and so it's not something I really want to worry about over the winter. So I will just hold on to those, and I will plant them out in their own little trays when spring gets here, when we're starting to plant out the green stalks and getting ready to do that. So I think that's all I have for today. Thanks for coming along. I hope to see you next time. Bye!